TikTok. Hi, TikTok. Hi, YouTube. Okay. Doing some more felting on doing some more felting on the lion art doll. So I'm just going to pop maybe just one of these segments off because it's a little bit too long, the neck. So I'm just going to pop one off when I can get to it. Welcome. Hey, there's a lot of people in here. Hey. How are we all going? Just watching me struggle with some art dolls. Okay. Oops, so many people here. Anyway, this is the why am I not surprised I entered? Wait. I know. It's just what happens. It just kind of looks like I'm decapitating something. It's a bit weird. You can just watch my eternal struggle. I'm trying to pop this bloody segment off. Get on there. I'm just going to have to remove some, I think. I need a second set of hands. Can you help me? All right. Well, that was two, more than I wanted, but that's fine. All right, so I'm just trying to shorten the neck a tiny bit. It's just a little bit too long and it's throwing me off the lion body. So don't use your teeth. Get that on there. And that on there. Interesting. This one's got a crack in it. I think I was explaining the other day that these ball and socket armatures, sometimes they have hairline fractures in it, and this one's got a hairline fracture in it, so this is really annoying. So just need to pop that off. So it just needs to be thrown in the bin basically. So I don't know if you'll be able to see, but because I use these ball and socket armatures, they have a seam line in it, and this one has I'll try and show you. This one's got like a hairline fracture in it, so the head was kind of wobbly and I couldn't work out why, but now that I've like popped it off, you can see that there's a fracture in it, so that's probably good I did this. I'm going to pop these two segments back on, and that should be the end of that. It should be a lot more stable. So that's kind of the bad side of using the ball and socket armatures. You can get little segments. They come from factory with hairline fractures. So yeah, I just sort of check all the segments that I'm working with. But yeah, what threw me off is it was really loose. So I noticed it yesterday that it was really loose. So I had a look at it today. And yeah, tiny little hairline fracture. All right. Okay, so I think that's looking a bit better after I've stopped mangling that. Anyway, I love this stuff so much, but you would love to do it where I'm broke. Do you ever do sci-fi horror stuff? I made I don't know if you're familiar with the movie Donnie Darko, but I made a Frank the Rabbit from Donnie Darko just recently. So don't even know where I put it. So here it, Frank the Rabbit. There's my Frank the Rabbit that I made from Donnie Darko. Thanks for all the likes and follows and all that stuff. But yeah, Frank the Rabbit. So that's just for my like personal collection, and I did it on an action figure body. So I sculpted the face and did everything else, but it's got like an action figure body. So yeah. Okay. Even this one I'm a bit iffy about. I reckon I'm just going to pull that one. Seems loose to me. I'm just going to pull this off and have a look at what's going on in there, because I'm not liking. Oh, thanks, mate. I'm not liking that it feels really loose. So I just want to like properly check out what's going on. So sometimes we get these things. That's fine. And I'll just reuse this, needle felt it. There's been like maybe 3 other people that have noticed. I did it. It's just a little subtle. It's very subtle. A bit more subtle this time. I just did it for the lols, to see if people would notice. Of course you did. Wouldn't put it past you. All right. So it's this joint here that feels a bit loose. So sometimes you can get the male end of the joint that's a bit too small, or the female end that's just a little bit too big or cracked, you know. I'll just fix this needle felting once I work this joint out. But, you know, 1 out of 7 isn't bad for a wonky thing. I'm not sure how to take that as a compliment. It was meant as a compliment. All right. Sometimes we just get a mangle. So apologies, I've got to pop the head off again. We'll just check. Don't think this has a fracture in it. No, I'm just going to tighten this. I just put like just a little bit of like tissue or something that's thin and soft in it to sort of tighten the joint a little bit. So I find that to be the easiest to get it to fix, get it to work. Suck it. Not the first one. I remember once when I first sort of started on Instagram, some lady was like losing her marbles at me because she thought I was using real animals. I'm like, dude, it's literally clay and fake fur. And then she blocked me because I said it's not real. It's a fun little fact. All right. Okay, so see how that's way more stable. It's not sort of jiggling around anywhere. Okay, so I'm happy with that. Much better. So this is a female line. I'm also doing a male, but I'll leave that till last. Just cause. All right. I still got a little bit of felting to do on this. I'll fix this neck up. So we just basically curl it and sort of curl it that way and just start poking again And this will just needle felt into itself, so it's no big loss. It's the good thing about doing needle felting like this and using this polyfill, like you can cut it and still reuse it. But yeah, so I haven't got much to do on this lion, so I might do a little bit of like torso prep with all the other dolls. I might cover the yawning cat. Oh my god, again. Didn't take long to get a restriction. Insane. Anyway. What did that take? Like 10 minutes to get a restriction? Was just thinking that. Yeah, it didn't take long. As soon as I start doing anything related, I might just move this up a little bit. Anything related to any of my dolls, bang, restriction. Anyway. That's TikTok for you. Does it say promotion? It whacks it on for promoting. Always, or branded content. It's like promotion / branded content. Always the same thing. So I guess I'm allowed to talk about my artwork. But it doesn't say promoting anything. It just says branded content or promotion. So I'm assuming it has something to do with showing my artwork. Right. I don't know. I just turn on the like that branded content warning or something, which I think just it restricts like younger audiences or something. I don't know. The whole thing's ridiculous. But yeah, that took what, 10 minutes? 15 maybe? All right. So for they've got pretty pronounced shoulder blades, so what I'll do, I'll fix all this up because I kind of mangled it while I fix the armature. The lions are pretty stocky big cats, so I need to just build this up here, the muscle. Stop promoting sentient animals. I know, right? Stop promoting art. What can I do? So I've got one more to felt after this. I'm kind of over felting at the moment, but luckily I don't have to do like really detailed sections. I could just do like a basic form. So you have to undo stuff. Yeah, well, got to adult at some point. Oh, thank you for the heart hands, hand hearts, whatever they're called. See you later. Thanks, mate. Okay. Thanks for all the likes. Right, so I'm just building up this like shoulder muscle. I guess. I've got reference pictures on my computer. I have to sort of build up the back end as well. See, I'm not sure if it seems a bit too long. I think it's okay. I'm gooning at the... Please. Get out of here. Did you end up cutting it? Yes, I did. I just did that just then. There was a segment that had a crack in it. So I took the segment out, but there's a big crack in it. So there you go. So I just fixed all this piece. Just sort of reinforced it a little bit. But yeah, there was a segment with a crack in it. So it's got like a hairline fracture. But it's all better now. So I'm actually going to chuck that out because I don't want to accidentally use it. But yeah, like I was saying in another live, sometimes you get like segments that have a fracture in it. And you just have to keep an eye out for it. Thanks for the follow. Hello, Carrie. How you going? Oh, thanks for the heart, me. How are we? Caught me doing some lion, female lion this time. I'm trying to finish felting the body. But yeah, I just had to, I was saying on here that I just noticed yesterday that the neck was a little bit off and like just a bit loose. So I just pulled all that apart and there was a little segment that had a fracture in it. So yeah, I fixed all that. And sometimes that just happens, you can't notice it because, it comes in like the segments and you can't notice it until you put like the whole thing together and then it seems a bit off and floppy. So yeah, that's sort of the downside when you're using ball and socket armatures. But yeah, well, it's laid over here, no problem. Yeah, one of the lions do. Yeah, so far we're getting there. I'm not sure if I'm getting the vibe that the torso is a little bit too long, so I might once I do this bit, I'll see how I feel, but I don't want it to be, it looks a little bit too long for me, but we'll see. So I'll do, it might be fine once I do these little like knee joints, but yeah, we're getting there. They've all sort of got bodies apart from the male lion. That's the last one that I'll felt. And yeah, so once I finish this this body, I'll put some faux fur on, like I'll do the torso piece of the yawning cat. And yeah, I've got a bit of sewing to do, upcoming sewing. Yeah, I think it's a bit too long. So I'll just like end up popping, I reckon maybe 3 segments off, I think. So sometimes it just happens when you start felting the body and then it starts taking shape and then you gotta sort of adjust the skeleton. And you can only really notice it once you put everything together. But I'll compare it to I'll just do this like knee joint and compare it to my reference on here and see what we think. But I reckon I'll end up popping it off. But I always want to make sure I've done like everything first. So I wanted to make sure I've done this bit because it sort of moves over here a little bit and yeah, bulks it out. So I just want to make sure before I chop this and pop the segments off. But yeah, because they got like a funny body because it's very round under here and this back is sort of like concave a little bit. So yeah. Hey YouTube, got a few people in here today on TikTok. That's good. I think it's my yawning cat my yawning cat one. Here's my yawning cat. Here's my yawning cat. Is that what everybody is here to see? Yawning cat sofa. So I'll do the torso piece. I'll start doing the fur for this one soon. But yeah, this one's like a little Siamese kitty. Thanks you for the likes and follows. Thanks, guys. So see, it sort of shortens it a little bit, but I think it's, I don't know. See, it doesn't look too bad. This is obviously not finished yet. I have to finish this bit, but it's okay. I think it does definitely needs some more bulking, but I think it's just a tad too long, just a little bit, I think. Yes, they've all got bodies. I've been sewing, well, sort of getting prepared for the fur. So this is the pooping one. So the seal has the first torso bit on as well. I've just got like a lot of sewing to do. Yes. So we've got like the minky fabric here. So that's the seal sofa. But yeah, I've got all that ready to go to sew. I've got the flippers. I need to cut them out and sew them up in the sewing machine, but that's ready to go. So this is a minky fabric. So I'll airbrush this once I've sewn it all up and, you know, done all the fur and stuff. Yep, I've done them all, just not the male lion. So we've got the Zoomies cat. So this will be the chocky one, the Zoomies cat. Yeah, that looks amazing. I've got a question. Are you using wool for doing the needle felting? It's actually called polyfill. It's like a cushion stuffing. So it's quite soft, but it's really good for needle felting. Where do you get the stuff to make it posable? The armature? I've got some in my shop. So I get it from a wholesaler. But yeah, I do have like reels of it. I just don't have the pliers that you need, so that they sell out really quickly. So I will get more. But yeah, I just have to like do a big order from the wholesaler. But yeah, I've got like reels and stuff as well. Yeah. Oops. So, you know. So I might just take the plunge and thanks for answering. No problem, Mello. Any questions, just ask, feel free. I forgot what I was going to say. Yeah, I've got one of those. I can find it. I actually don't really like it. I got this one. It's got like six needles on it, but I find it's really difficult to use. So, because it's sort of so big, like I can't really. It doesn't really do much, to be honest. I don't really like it for some reason. I definitely tried it. This one I got like more control, so I can like manipulate it a bit better, and I find it sort of works better. This needle's going to snap soon, though. But yeah, I don't really like it, especially it's got like the armature in it, so it's sort of that's easier to hit the armature. But yeah, not a huge fan. I think it's good for wet felting, but yeah, not so much this for some reason. I mean, maybe I'm using it wrong, but yeah, not a huge fan. Yeah, I think it's like more flat stuff, if that makes sense. All right. Yeah, it's too long. The torso is too long. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to just cut so I can access this. No, I think I'm going to pop like 3 segments off. That's fine. The felting is really easy to just put back together. So I'm not too concerned about that. But yeah, it's too long. It's going to bother me. So let's make that adjustment. So you can see that's sort of in here. I'm going to be a surgeon, that's it. Can you get polyfill anywhere when needle felting? So I just get it in like my local craft store. They've got like a little section that's like got foam stuffing and all that sort of thing. And you just get like a big bag of it. So it's basically looks like this. It's just like soft stuffing. But yeah, I'm not really a needle felter. I just sort of pinch this method to do like a body, like a form that I can place. What do you call it? Fur over the top of. So that's kind of what taxidermists do. They get like a form that they place over the top. So, all right, let's put this back together. Sometimes you need 3 hands. Get that out of the way. All right. Thanks for sharing. Much appreciated. I think that helps get the live out there a bit more. All right, so this is just a pipe cleaner, and that just basically helps the polyfill to stick to the armature because it's like a little bit fibrous, so it has something to sort of stick to. All right, let's see what that looks like after I've mangled it. That's a bit better. So I just have to sort of refine this a little better, but I think that's better. I think that's a little better. I'll have to, I mangled it a little bit, but I'll just go over and refine it a little bit. So this is too thick as it is, but that's fine. We will just sort of drag it up a little bit and start creating that knee. And I'll just sort of start connecting this a bit better. Move this out the way. Yeah, I think so too. This is a little thick, but once I put like the fabric on as well, like I put a bit of tension on it, and it sort of evens out a little bit as well. So can you get the armature anywhere? No, I get it from a wholesaler. It's actually a little difficult to find, but I get it from the wholesaler that are based in Taiwan. but they have like a minimum price requirement to get it. But I do have some in my shop as well. So, because you got to do like a huge order, and yeah, you're gonna pay so much tax when it comes here. Jesus. So yeah. Okay, now the lion sort of legs here. This is a little thick, so I'm gonna have to try and pull it here and just sort of felt it into place. This needle's gonna snap. It's not gonna last much longer. They don't last forever, so you get like a whole big bag of them. So when they do snap, you can just pull another one out. Okay, that's better. Stop stabbing it. Murderer. Thank you for the glam. Come on now. All right, so that's a little better, a bit more refined there. I wonder if people actually think this is real. Or are they just being silly? That I'll never know. No problem. I have heaps of videos on my YouTube too. I do a pretty much like a process video on each doll. So yeah, little detailed process on how it all comes together. So if you get stuck, there's heaps of things on my channel. Acupuncture. I know what you mean. It's a bit of a weird stage, but it's just what we got to do to achieve the realism. This is how we make realistic things. I don't use any animal products in any of my dolls, by the way, so it's all fake, tabletop sized, fake taxidermy. So I use fake fur, the chameleon skin I've all done by hand. So I've done all the scale work. It feels really nice as well. Sculpture, all the scale work. It's all hand painted, posable as well. So, you know, takes up some of that polyfill. But yes, it's all fake taxidermy. That's the fun part. So I'm sort of at the stage where I'm trying to refine like the muscle tone a little better. And yeah, put it all together. So I don't, because it's not like traditional needle felting, I don't need to put in so much detail work as what normal needle felting would be. So it's just basically creating a form that's sort of posable. Thanks for the likes. Just want to neaten up this bit here. Oh, thanks. Thanks for the likes on YouTube too. Alright. I don't need to go too overboard on this because you lose a lot of the detail when you octopus, thanks. You lose a lot of detail when I put the fabric on, so I'm not going to go overboard with like muscles and everything. Just a basic form. Okay. Fix this bit up here. Oh. generally don't put anything on the tail until I put it all together. But I think this is just about done. After I've mangled this armature, fix it all up. Okay. That's basically what we've got so far. So I generally keep it pretty thin as well until I put the fabric on, and then I can sort of bulk up little bits and pieces as well. So we're sort of at the stage where it doesn't look like anything it's supposed to. But yeah, we want to keep that dip that the lions have. That's looking good. That's the sassy female. So it's a bit of a mess at the moment. I'm going to be applying faux fur over the top, which I'll airbrush. But yeah, I think we're looking good here. Let's give it a once over. Might just flatten this bit a tiny bit. And then I think we'll put the fabric on the yawning cat. And the Gila monster. And then there's a lot of sewing from here. Mustache. Okay. I reckon we're looking good. What do we think? Okay. So I've got the Gila monster or the yawning kitty. So Gila monster is going to have like a cotton fabric. So I've done the needle felting on that already. It didn't take very long, but it's going to be a cotton fabric, which I've got here, and the yawning kitty as well. So what we'll do, make some room. The yawning kitty, we've got this fabric here. So this is based off a Siamese kitten. Just giving Siamese kitten vibes. So I've got this nice, like white, short piled fabric, which I'm going to airbrush the masks on. So basically what we do, the faux fur has this is called the pile, and obviously it has a direction. So we want to make sure we're getting the direction going the right way. So what we're going to do, is place it. So the fur direction is going that way, so it needs to go towards the end of the kitty, the tail. Double check. Yep. And then, so I've used this one. I'm just going to move the chameleon for a minute. And then I'm going to get the kitty, and I do the neck piece separately. I'm going to basically pin. Now I'm going to cut little slits for where I want the 5:20 a.m. It's crazy. It really is all over the place, hey? So I'm going to cut some slits in where I want the arm to go. have a good sleep. All right. And we're going to pin that together. Same deal with the other side. I'm actually going to give that a trim. I can use that in something else. So let's give that a trim. Might be able to use that on a leg or something. It's crazy, no problem. Thanks for joining. Okay, so the same deal for this back leg here. Just give it a trim. And I'm going to cut like a little T into it, so it just gives some leeway. Okay, and then just give that a little more trim, just so I can get that shape, and pin that together. All right. So now we're sort of starting to cover the torso piece. All right. So for the other side, what we do, I do the neck piece separately, so don't need to worry about it covering that. Just want it behind the ears, and I'm going to tightly pin that. And again, we're going to trim that about here. There and about here. Okay. All right, so same deal. We're going to cut a little slit here so we can get our arms through. There. And pin that together. I will cut the excess off once it's all pinned together. This bit, pin here. So we're starting to get some shape. Now, same deal for the back leg. Just trim it here. This fur is getting everywhere, up my nose. All right, just sort of cut around, a bit of give. pull that tight. Bring the chameleon back in there. Pin it. Okay. So it's kind of what we're going for with the fabric. So I'll give this a bit of a trim. So this is ready to sew. So all this excess that we don't need. So trim this. A little bit here. Just trying to neaten up all of the seam lines here as well. Okay. Sleep's not working. Okay, so I'm just going to pick off, because you lose a lot of this pile, so I'm just going to clean it up. Okay. So there's sort of our sleeping kitty. I will trim this a little bit because I'm going to end up sewing like a separate neck piece anyway, but it's the torso sort of piece. Looks okay. All right, let's do the gill monster. Which is this one. And I'm going to be using this fabric here, which is like a cotton fabric. The same one that I use for my chameleon. What is that? All right. And this one's all right because I don't have to follow the direction of fabric. But the only thing with this one, the body's a little bit more finicky with this one because I try to minimize the seam lines with it. So I try to do it in one torso piece, covering the head. So what I'm going to do is, it's a little bit big to poke through. Just trying to see how I did on the chameleon. So I tried to hide the seam lines really closely on here. You can't even tell on here that seam lines on there because I've hidden them as best I could. Anyway, Okay. So use these scissors. The body on this one's a bit more finicky as well. So, ouch. Okay. And then the back piece. How long did it take you to get a feel for this method? Was it hard at first to get the eyeballing right? Yeah. So I've been doing this for 13 years. I used to do a different type of method than what I do now. So I sort of did like a pattern, like a teddy bear pattern first. Then I started trying this method, and I've been doing it for about 10 years or so now. So a while. But it's always best to like cut the fabric a bit bigger than what you need, and then like trim the excess off. So that's what I've found to be sort of best. I'm going to do the tail separate. So I cut it. Cut it here. Okay. This is color changing fabric too, which you can see changes from blue to green, but it's meant for the chameleon, but didn't really work that well for my liking. But yeah, so I just sort of found this method works better to get a more refined body. So, and of course it's a little bit harder when you're doing fabric pieces like this. So there's not much give when it comes to you know, hiding seam lines and getting stitches really neat. So the lizards definitely take a bit longer to do. So I sort of, you know, pinch it up to here, and then I can sort of refine it a bit better. But yeah, I pull this quite tight because I don't want the wrinkling. I mean, wrinkling's inevitable, right? You can't sleep. It's all right. Join the weirdness. Come and join the weirdness. So I'm just trying to release this little section here. Same with this here, little Gila monster. Little time-consuming little thing. You can see chameleon. Yes. I thought I'd get him on screen. Okay. So they got like little, I guess, the like venom glands here. So I will bulk this bit out a little bit once it's all sort of sewn together. And before I glue this, I'll put like a little bit more polyfill here just to get those venom glands, because they are venomous. Okay, let's pin this really tight. He's so cool, thank you. Yeah, I don't mind him either. I don't mind him hanging around. How much is it for the chameleon? So it's $5.80 US plus the shipping. But I do offer payment plans. I try and be really flexible because I know it's not cheap. So I try and do like pretty much you can dictate how much and when. So I try to be as flexible as I can. All right, so I know I'm gonna have to bulk this out a little bit. So I'm gonna do it tight, but not too tight, because I'm gonna have to add a little bit more polyfill to it just to kind of chunk it up. So it's a little bit too thin here, so I want it to be a bit thicker. That's fine. Okay, so let's do this side. Can you name him? Yeah, sure. What would you like to name him? Normally I do name him. Like I used to name him a lot, but I just sort of dropped off doing it. I named the medieval cats, but yeah, I haven't really named any other ones. Like all the fantasy ones I did name, but yeah, I kind of sort of dropped off doing it. Mr. Cam Cam. Nice. All right, Mr. Cam Cam. You will now be known as Mr. Cam Cam. Okay, so a little bit noodly, so we'll add a little bit more here. Might as well just do it now, right? You love that. Mr. Cam Cam. Okay, so I just use this wooden stick to sort of shove stuff up there. Sorry if you were joined just as I was saying that. I'm trying to smooth it out too. If you made clothes for Mr. Cam Cam, what would they wear? No problem, Setter. Any questions, just let me know. Just going to use my finger because sort of get it in here a bit better. Except you poke yourself. I'm not impartial to props for dolls. Okay, so I'm just sort of bulking that a little bit. He wasn't talking. Don't you love when that happens? Okay. It's a bit better. Yeah, I need a little bit more here. there. Wear a suit. A top hat. I mean, the top hat can sit on there. All right. So trying to blend it in a little bit. All right, so we're sort of chunking it up a little bit. Mr. Cam Cam. I'm not a very good seamstress, so, which is funny, given the circumstance. Thanks for the likes. Okay. I've got lots of loosey-goosey. No, he's in my shop. So he's just looking for that home. I can't keep everything that I do. Plus, like, after I finished with it, like after I finished, I'm sick of seeing it. Because then you start picking things. So usually, like, get out of here. All right, I think that's looking good. I'll add a little bit here. Let's take that out. To a dip. Yeah, send me a message, because I know there was someone else. I don't know what happened to them though. But yeah, send me a message on my website. I can tell you how they work, but like I'm really flexible with but yeah, like I can't just hold it though. Too many people that have disappeared. Not saying that's what you do, but yeah, I can, you know, if you did really want him, you can just put a deposit down, and I'm super flexible with it, with the plans. Okay. I think that's probably, I might put a little bit in here. If I just lost a needle, pin, that would be cool. I usually just do 10%, so it'd be like $50. Really. And I mean, you could do any payments, you know, you could do $15, you know, each payment. So I just let you dictate how much you can do. So there's no minimum. Would it cost more? No, it wouldn't. You'd obviously just have to wait for me to make it. But no, I could do any color, basically. What am I making? I'm doing an art doll. So we're doing a Gila monster here. So I'm just sort of getting the body settled in before I start sewing it up. So I make fake taxidermy pieces, basically. This is an example of a chameleon that I just finished not too long ago. So yeah, I usually do like tabletop size fake taxidermy pieces. I do a lot of cats, naturally. So I've got 7 on the go at the moment, but we're just doing the body for this one. Just trying to get it all neat and sitting nicely before I trim anything. So just doing like the little glands here. No problem. All right. I think that's okay. Smooth it out. So I will add the scales, much like I did the chameleon. So I did all the scale work with the chameleon. I'll do pretty much the same thing for the Gila monster. So I'm not too concerned about it looking a bit chunky. We'll be able to smooth it out. All right, let's give that a trim. So I'm just going to pin that. Hello, what is that? Have you gone on someone else's account? If you do, just head to my shop. You can find it in there, creaturesinnet.com. Just head there. I haven't been recording this the whole time. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to leave a little bit of a seam line. What's this? Fake taxidermy. Making a Gila monster at the moment, or just doing the body for it. Got 7 on the go, but this one is a Gila monster. Gila monster. Looks like a shingleback, very similar, but I was thinking that the whole time I was sculpting it, that it looked like a shingleback. It's a Gila monster, but very similar. Okay. It's going to be fun to do the paint work. Damn Gila monster. Yeah, I was thinking the whole time this looks like a shingleback. Got a very similar head. Just going to trim this excess off here. Gotcha. Let's dig you once the head. We can get a better angle this way. Very similar. It's the paint work so far. So I'm going to use the same paint to do the rest of the body after I do all the scales. Okay. It's looking good. So for the nails, I'm going to do, I'm in two minds about what I'm going to do for the nails. I did the chameleon in latex, so they're nice and durable when you sit them down. Yeah, the Gila Monster. Venom glands. Venom glands. Yes. So that's ready for sewing, I reckon. It's good. All right, what should we do next? We've got like 10 minutes. Should we do some male lion? Yeah. So I reckon I'm going to go and pop 2 of these off anyway, maybe 3, just to begin with, because that's what we did with the female version. Okay. Pipe cleaners. Yeah, I needle felt the body, so the pipe cleaners help the polyfill to stick to something. Alright. I think that should be good. Hope that's not too short. If it's too short, I'll pull it all apart again and add another segment, but I think it should be alright. And for the middle, I think that should be fine too. Pipe cleaners, I use them all the time for needle felting. Thrash it. Right, I'm just going to find my line. All right. Okay, so polyfill. How much are my commissions? They can range anywhere from $4.80 to $6.80, just depending on the complexity of it. But generally, like $5.50, $5.80. So the chameleon is $5.80. It's US as well, US dollars. Because most of my customers are from America, and I got sick of explaining that there's different currencies. So we just did that. Okay. But yeah, I can pretty much do anything these days. What about Aussie customers? So it's usually about 900. I hardly have any Australian customers. Like, it's been the smallest handful. But yeah, I think it translates to about 9. But I do offer payment plans too, because I know it's not the most affordable thing. So I try and cater, and I pretty much let you dictate when and how much you want to each payment. So I try and be flexible as much as I can. Yeah, I feel like yeah, send me a message if you're interested. I'm super flexible. I just basically get a 10% deposit, and then go from there, and I usually send an invoice through PayPal for however much and whenever much. I usually do like 3 months because I didn't put a time frame on it before, but I've had people just like disappear. So I find if I put a time frame on it, then it sort of, keeps them like whether they forget, which is understandable. So yeah, it can be longer if needed. Okay, so that's the neck bit. Yeah, I can pretty much do anything really these days. A bit more confident these days. Been doing this for a while now, so kind of know the ins and outs. Hi, some person. They're called art dolls or fake taxidermy. So like I do tabletop sized. Do you know the old Dragon Booster show? No, what's that one? Is there a character off there? I've made a few dragons before. Or a custom bow. Let me Google it. Dragon. It's called Dragon Booster, right? Is it like the red and blue or the black and yellow? Red and blue. Black and gold. Well, either one, I guess, yeah. Let me have a look. I can't see why I couldn't do that. I can't see why I wouldn't. It is transformed form. Okay. I can't see why I wouldn't be able to do something like that. I generally only do like copyrighted things as commissions rather than like doing it and selling it, because those companies don't like that. But I don't do like other artists' ones unless like the person has like permission. I do moving mouths. They cost a little more, obviously. Oh, thanks. So this is a leopard seal I'm currently working on with a movable jaw, just for an idea. But this one's a commission piece so far. So yes, I do have movable jaws. They just cost a little bit more because it's a little bit more time-consuming process. Okay. I'm just doing a layer of the polyfill to begin with. Yeah, no problem. You'd probably be looking at like 580 US, which I think is like just over 9 Australian. I think just depending on what the exchange rate is. Getting it done. Okay, wrap it tightly. Okay, just finish up this bit. No, it's just based on like whatever the exchange rate is, really. So it's just got like the currency conversion on the website. But yeah. It's a very time-consuming process, and the materials are actually quite expensive as well. So they take about 20 to 35 hours to make. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay, I get you now. I mean, I probably am still, but is what it is, right? It's just like all dependent on how well social media pushes your content out, which today it's been fine. Yeah. I know what you mean. I just got sick of I got so sick of explaining to them that there's other currencies, not just the US dollar. It's like literally every single customer. So, but I got the currency conversion now on my website, so it makes it a bit easier. And then, like, yeah, you know. Some of them. Okay. All right, so I have to jump off the live. Got to retrieve my child out of bed. But yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow, about 12:30 till about 2ish again. yeah, the Americans are the biggest customer. It's actually been a mixed bag recently, but yeah, mostly Americans. Yeah, anyway, so I'll be on again tomorrow. I'll try and finish off this lion. Hopefully we get a good live again tomorrow. But anyway, I'll be on from about 12:30 till 2ish again, and yeah, try and finish this lion, the last little bit of needle felting on the lion. And yeah, so good Chip, I'll catch you later.